Oh boy, the world's burning. No, let's not do that. Hello, everyone. How's everyone? I was thinking of something else, but whatever. Hi, everyone. Rick's here, and Wasabi,
Hey,
I'm
and we're
good.
gathered.
I
Yeah, we're
rented.
all good.
I got 3 U-Haul trucks rented. Ready to go down to the
Oh,
Tesla shop, and
oh,
I'm joking. That's a joke. That's a little
no, no,
jokey
no.
joke.
Yeah, I mean, I got me a pair of Vans on the, in the inner city. All right,
Nice.
that was a jokey joke. No, they can track you. They can track you. They can know that I was home all day Sunday. Wink, wink. Oh boy, the world has gone over, but we're here to entertain you and not talk about that.
at least not
Yeah.
yet.
Well, I don't know how entertaining this is, but it's something.
Hey, it is something, and we are here on a Wednesday just because. Rick got a new dog.
Yes, I got a new dog. We planned on getting her on Saturday, but the lady kept flaking on us and postponing it. So I ended up getting her on Monday, and I didn't get home because we had to drive all the way up. I live in Tucson, so I had to drive all the way up to Phoenix to pick her up. I didn't get home till like 7. At that point, it was too late to like go out get her like toys and stuff. So I ended up having to spend all of Tuesday like running her to the vet, getting her toys, getting her different food because the food that the lady gave us was shit food. And I'm not gonna feed that. I wouldn't feed that to like the fucking dog.
Wow, you know
Nice.
dog things.
I try to. I mean, if I'm gonna be responsible for the life of an animal, I think I should know a little bit about that animal.
I had to take care of a few dogs in my lifetime. Walk them every 2 hours, set the time limits. Put the food in the microwave, cut it up a little bit. Make sure it's all nice and even.
The
Yeah,
food in the
and
microwave. Is that a
It
thing
was a
people do?
depends on
yeah.
the
Well, you buy this meat thing, and you're supposed to slice it up a little bit. Well, some dogs. It was an older dog, so it was like, okay, here's your meat tube, Clark, and you slice it up, and you're like, here you go, and he will go, nom, 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 nom. I'm like, okay, time to pee.
Yeah, there are some like higher end foods that like you put in the microwave to like cook. I say quote unquote for your dog. They're pretty popular for like older dogs or dogs with certain like dietary restrictions. You can't process like dry food.
I miss Clark. He was a great dog.
What kind of dog did you get?
So, the ad the lady was trying to rehome her said, excuse me, the hiccups. The ad said that the dog was a Russell Terrier. However, this is the lankiest, tallest looking Russell Terrier I've ever seen. So I have a theory that she might be mixed with like Greyhound
Uh-oh.
because she doesn't look anything like a Russell Terrier. Well, she
Uh-oh.
looks like a Russell Terrier, but like imagine like a skinnier, slender, sharper faced Russell Terrier. Like the
Oh
kind of
man.
Russell Terrier.
So
I
if it's
don't
a
know.
greyhound,
No,
that
go
that
ahead.
that dog is huge.
If it's I looked up because when I got her and I brought her home, I was like, this isn't a fucking Russell Terrier. At least not a purebred. I looked it up. Russell Terrier Greyhound mixes do exist. They don't get that much bigger than a Russell Terrier is, so that's good. Her proportions are pretty. She's only like 17 weeks old, so she's still growing, but her proportions are pretty lined up. So I don't think she's gonna get much bigger than what she is. But just in
So
case, I got her an adjustable
does
feeder.
she run like the wind?
No, she's very calm.
Okay.
She's very calm, kind of lazy.
Just make
She
sure
doesn't.
that she doesn't. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. She doesn't like really play. Like you get a ball to play, she won't chase it. She'll pick it up and just like chew on it. She doesn't like to play tug of war. She's a very like passive dog, which I've
Nice.
never had before. I didn't think a dog like that existed, but it's good for me because
I like
There's
I'm
that.
a
passive
very
dogs.
passive person.
I don't know shit
Now,
about like dog breeds, so I don't think I would have even noticed if.
me either.
Um, I've had dogs most of my life, and I had my own dog quite a while before this one. But when he passed, I just kind of went through a grieving period. I didn't want another dog for a couple years, and my wife finally convinced me, like, hey, let's go get a dog, and we did, and I love her. She's a nice dog. Isn't that right, Coco? Sounds right.
Coco? Really? You named your
Yeah,
dog Coco?
yeah.
All right.
She's got she's got like these brown like cocoa spots on her face. That's
I,
what we
I
call
want to. I want a cat. Name it Morgana.
I think three out of 10 every household has a dog named Coco.
I feel like that's just or Jasper for cats or whatever. Just
I've
fun.
So
never run into a Jasper.
I've never met a Jasper either. My brother. So another fun fact. I got this dog in Phoenix. My brother got his dog in Phoenix about a month ago. The similar area, and the two dogs look very similar.
Yo,
We have the
are,
theory that the dogs might be from the same litter.
Hmm.
maybe.
Because his dog, he named it Otis, which, full disclosure, I don't like giving animals like people names.
I
I think
agree.
that's weird. But Otis is just a weird enough person name that you can do it for an animal. So I'll give it a pass.
So
Yeah.
you don't like the name Clark?
No. If you name your dog like Clark, Sam, or any like human name, I'm gonna look at you differently. I'm going
Yeah.
to assume it's about you.
Or Oscar?
Oscar's another one that's just weird enough that it could be a dog's name.
Are you? So you're not one of those weirdos that, I don't want to say weirdos, but you don't call your dogs or your pets. You don't call them like your babies, your children.
I'm naming.
um, so my wife definitely does, and I do love my animals. How can I word it without sounding like a dick? It's at the end of the day, it's a living being that I'm caring for. So there is like a compassion there. I do love my animal.
Yeah.
I do, to a certain degree, consider it like my child or a member of my family. My child is a little weird. I don't think of them as like my children, but definitely like a member of my family that I'm taking care of. Like it's a different level. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I love like animals more than people or
Yeah.
people more than animals, but it's a different level. You know. And I do love my animals. I'm not gonna people gonna hear that they're like, oh, you don't think animals are like people,
Hey,
but
no, no, no. I get it. You don't want it to be like a son or not like that, but you want to treat them like they who they are.
exactly. And at the end of the day, like I'm not saying like, I don't give the animals like respect. You know, I care for them. I love them. I play with them. Just now, I was napping on the couch, and Coco was on my chest napping with me. So
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what dogs do.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm not saying like, oh, they're not the same as people, but it doesn't mean I love them any less than people. Like if that makes sense. Like I
Right.
love my animals, I do.
I want to name. I want to get a cat, and I want to name it Thomasina. No,
Uh. No.
Thomasina.
no,
Yeah, try something
No.
else. My original idea, because
no.
my wife came with the cat. Her cat's name is Pumpkin.
All right.
We wanted to keep up with this like Halloween theme,
What
so I
about
wanted to name the dog like Boo
Boo?
or Leica was the next name I wanted to get
Ooh, Leica.
because Leica is short for like lycanthrope, which is like a term for like werewolf. And I thought that
Ooh.
kind of keeps up with that Halloween theme, but when we were driving her home, like Coco just seemed to fit a lot better, so we went with that.
What about Lydia?
Lydia is another one that's just weird enough that it would work for an animal because it's not a common person name.
Oh,
But if you said like Linda, like that's a hard no. But
no.
Lydia would.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got a new dog. All the fucking vets I called are like hella busy, and this dog hasn't had any shots or anything. So I'm
hi.
like,
We're really busy right now.
basically, so like every vet, I called every vet I could like in my area, and the soonest I'll be able to see her is Friday.
Well, at least they can see her.
Yeah. So like I spent like an hour like spraying down my yard with like bleach and water so I can hopefully kill any parvo that might be like in the dirt.
See this dog soon. I'm sure you're not ready to see it yet, but once it's all ready and fluffed up and ready to be
Yeah,
presented.
yeah, she's a cute dog. She's a really good dog. I just want her to be around as long as possible, so I'm taking like every precaution I can to like be careful with her.
Absolutely. All right. So that's why we wasn't here yesterday. We can so we can all be together today and bring you games that we've been playing.
What have you been playing?
Should we? Let's. Me and Rick have been playing the Xenoblades. You want to know my favorite feature of the Xenoblades?
What?
Okay, I know in a lot of games that you can put cosmetics on, and you can change the ones you like. Like, hey, if you like a sword shape, you can change it, but you can just run around in your underwear in that game, and it doesn't matter. It's great. Strip everyone naked, doesn't matter. Just run around in flip flops and looking like a badass. I love this game. 10 out of 10.
Bizzle in your flip flops?
Oh my god,
Bizzle?
yeah. I mean, you could look just like Shulk in Smash Brothers, just running around in whatever that is. I mean,
And like,
Shulk's got a good body, man. He can run around.
It's really cool because every time you unlock a new piece of armor, you unlock the every time you get a new piece of armor that's equipable to your character, you unlock cosmetic for it. So if you unlock that piece of, let's say, like I get a new glove I've never seen before, I could actually go into the cosmetic part of it and wear that glove just cosmetically without changing my stats. So I like that because I fucking hate when I play an RPG. I don't like when armor's randomly generated with random stats and it affects your appearance because I'm very self conscious. I want to go with what looks best
Right,
unless the stats are like really really good. But
right.
if something doesn't match or it looks dumb, it's gonna bug the shit out of me. So that's why I like this feature. I don't think this was in the original Xenoblade game. At least
I
it
don't think so
wasn't
either.
in the new 3DS version, which is the one I played before. Um, there's a lot of caveats to it that I don't like, though. So, for example, the combat system is one for one, almost the same from the original game, but now when you're standing in a specific, because some abilities are target specific, so they do different abilities if they're targeting a monster's side or a monster's back, and
Really,
the game will let you know if you're in that sweet spot. Like the ability will have a little like exclamation point next to it, tell you that you're in that sweet spot to get to use it to its full potential.
I was gonna. Okay, that makes sense.
That's the feature I like. Thing I don't like, and this isn't a problem with the remake, because if we're talking like this one versus the original, this one wins hands down. It's a much better version of the original. I'm not seeing anything of it that is worse than the original. But if we compare it to like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think the combat in 2 is just a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, they can't really change too much of what Xenoblade One is.
Yes, I think 2 is a better improvement because one thing I don't like in 1, it's kind of hard to visualize, but you have like an MMO like bar of different abilities you can use, and they have a cooldown each ability. The thing is, when you're playing an MMO, each ability is tied to a different key.
Right.
You don't have that on a console game. So what's the next best thing? Scrolling through it with the D-pad and clicking A on the ability you want to use when you want to use
That's
it.
one other thing that's been bugging me. It's not that. It's everything you kill drops a chest. Is there an
Yeah.
auto pickup?
If there is, I haven't found it yet.
Because I'm like, in my mind, I want to pick up all these things in the chest, but it's like, oh my god.
There are some things I like about it though. Like one thing that pissed me off that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 didn't have that the first one does is the game has a ton of side quests, and there are some side quests that once you complete it, it's completed. You don't have to go back to the quest giver and turn it in. Like the quest giver tells you, "Oh, kill 5 of this monster." As soon as you kill that 5th monster, quest is completed. You get your reward. You don't have to run back to town to turn it in. Chronicles 2 did not have that, and that's one thing I hated about it. And I'm glad that they still have that in 1 for some missions. Some missions just don't let you do that.
Yeah,
But
there's
Xenoblade
that.
Chronicles 2, I think, had a better combat system because you can only have like 3 abilities, but each character was specifically tailored to do a specific job. So it didn't matter if you didn't have that many abilities equipped at one time. They're each assigned to one button. Instead of going through a whole like menu, you're just pushing a button like you do with a regular MMO. Um, it's less clunky than 1 is. I feel like combat goes a little bit faster than in 1. I'm not shitting on 1 though. It's still a good game. Like it's a solid game. If you like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you'll like Xenoblade
They
Chronicles 1.
they
Just know that
updated
it's
a lot of that game. Like, I
yeah.
like that they have the quest giver stuff in World of Warcraft. Remember that add-on?
Oh yeah.
The quest helper, sorry, not quest giver, quest helper with the little line and go like, and then they'll give you little like exclamation marks. Go like, you need to kill these things. I'm like, I appreciate you because I really don't care. Because a lot
Yeah,
of MMOs go like, collect this shit, and you're like, where?
yeah. That's one thing that bugged me in the original Xenoblade. And I never played the Wii version, but I had the 3DS version, and I played that. I never finished it. I played it for like 40 hours, but it got to the point where like the environment got like too detailed and too crazy that I couldn't see anything in it with that small screen.
Yeah,
So I ended
that's
up
a
having to drop it after like 40 hours. So I'm glad I have this on the Switch.
bigger
All in all, the
screen.
game, yeah, it's a bigger screen. The game looks better. It looks like it's on the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 engine, which I don't know if it is, but it looks like it does. Like if someone had told me it's the same engine as Xenoblade 2, I would believe it.
It
Um,
does look that way.
yeah,
I felt at home with this game. You know, I beat Xenoblade 2, so it's not like I
same.
don't know.
I played the shit out of Xenoblade 2 when I finally got. I didn't get it when it came out because um, my only experience with Xenoblade was 1 on the 3DS at that point, and I'm like, the game's good, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up the sequel day 1. And it wasn't until the game went on sale. Target advertised the game for $20 on sale, and so I went to Best Buy and had them price match it. I guess Target made a mistake and they meant to put the expansion for $20,
Idiots.
but they didn't. So I had the ad for the original
I have that. I
for
have the
20
Torna
bucks.
Country.
I have that too, and they're both excellent. Like honestly, the games are good. If you like a good RPG, Xenoblade has a really good story. The combat systems, I think the combat system is one of the better games to handle like an MMO style system with a whole party, but with single player. You know what I mean? Like Final Fantasy 12 tried to do something similar, but I think Xenoblade are the only games that could like really nail it to the point where like it's a fun experience by yourself without having to sacrifice too much. Um, they're solid games. They're a lot of fun. The story for Xenoblade's good. I didn't notice any different recordings, so it sounds like it's the same recordings from the original game. They just updated the graphics, which is fantastic. The graphics look really good now. Um,
Sure, those audio libraries from the Wii probably are just as fine.
yeah, like pick it up. Like if you have a Switch, hard take here. If you have a Switch, you should own the Xenoblade games. I think that should be like mandatory if you own a
Amazon had it
Switch.
for 50 and I picked it up for 50 and then I had a $25 gift card. I mean, they're good for when you have, let's say you have an hour to waste and you just want to grind something out.
Oh yeah, because one cool thing about the game is that it's great and it's shitty because if you're a completionist, it's gonna drive you crazy because there's so many side quests.
Oh my god, you will
So many,
die.
so many side quests. I try to do all of them, but I'm like I can't do all of them. There's so many of them. I'm not gonna finish this game if I try to do everything. But it's cool if like I got an hour to waste, I can knock out a couple side quests. You can
Yeah.
knock out like 5 side quests in an hour. You're gonna get 6 more popping up when you're done, but you can do it. So it's great if like you have a little bit of time to dedicate, which is perfect on the go. If you're on like a long bus ride or something, or
And
you're
they
in line at something, just bust
streamlined
it
the
out.
shit out of that game.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. I still think Xenoblade 2 is the better game, but I haven't finished 1 yet, so that opinion might change when I finish it, but we'll see how I feel. A lot of like hardcore Xenoblade fans like stand by 1, the original Wii version before the remaster came out,
Yeah, but
when the
God,
sequel was still a thing, but
that game's so hard to come. Isn't that on the Wii U? Can you download it? I'm sure you can, right?
I am so glad you asked. I've been wanting to talk about this forever, so buckle up.
All
When
right.
that game came out in the US, it was a GameStop exclusive.
Yes.
So it was hard as shit to get a hold of. Even now, I think it still goes for like $40 pre-owned at GameStop.
Not bad.
Not bad, but the reason why it's 40 and not like the 60 it used to be pre-owned, because it was 60, 65 pre-owned for a while, was because we've had 2 re-releases of it since then. Well,
Okay,
technically 3 now. We've
so
had the new 3DS version, which
okay,
is solid. It's a solid game, but it is really, really hard playing on that tiny screen. I couldn't get past it. And I tried. I tried for 40 plus hours. I couldn't do it.
and is
Um,
that just a straight port of the Wii game?
it's a straight port of the Wii game with some enhancements. The map screen's on the bottom now, so you can always see where you are. It doesn't have that quest helper system that's in the Switch version. So if someone tells you, "Oh, go kill 5 flim flams," you got to look up, okay, what's a flim flam? Where are they? Where can I find them? Which is a pain in the ass. That's another reason I stopped playing it. It does have a model viewer, which you can view in 3D, which is pretty cool, but not that great. Another release of it, it was released digitally on the Wii U as like a
Okay.
Wii Classic game, and that is a straight port of the Wii game. So all faults, all graphical presentation, it's all still there. It runs at high definition, but it's still using the Wii texture, so it doesn't look that great. But that one is the best option if you absolutely don't have a Switch. You want to play Xenoblade. You don't want to buy on the 3DS. You can buy the digital one for your Wii U if you still have one for $20.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it's because of those, the physical Wii copy is only like 40, 45 now. Because until then, it was like $55, $65, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's a good game, but I wouldn't go out spend that much money for the Wii. Just get it on the Switch if you have one. If not, get it on the Wii U. If not, if you absolutely have to play it, the 3DS version will work.
The Switch, even if you have a Switch Lite, that screen is a lot more high
Yeah,
res than the 3DS is, so you won't have a problem looking at it.
exactly. And it's a great game. I like Xenoblade. I'm a new fan of Xenoblade. I want to go back and play X. I'll probably do that after I finish Xenoblade 1.
I got X and I couldn't get into X. Wasabi played X.
There's,
Played it more.
I feel like I'm the only, like, you guys love Xenoblade, but I feel like I'm the only one. So that was the only one that I played, and like I guess no one else played it because
X, I owned X. It's just one of those games that I'm like, I can't get into this.
it's 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 a fucking grind. Like a lot of things you were saying about the original Xenoblade, I was like, oh, that's what like X is pretty much. Like where it tells you to get an item, and you're like, okay, where the fuck do I find this shit? So you're just running around killing shit, not knowing what the fuck you're supposed to be killing.
Yeah,
Shit
and
like that.
that's one thing I like. That's one thing I like about Definitive Edition is that it tells you like, oh, go kill 5 flim flams. You're like, what is that? There's a button you can push to track that quest, and it'll tell you.
Mhm.
They'll show up as blue exclamation
If
point
you're
coming up.
not tracking it, it shows you.
Yeah, it flat out
Yeah.
tells you like, oh, this is where they are. Go kill them, and it's awesome.
Like an X, there's a whole like bestiary and a whole like encyclopedia you can look up, but it doesn't tell you like the information you need to know. Like it generalizes everything that says like, oh, you can find it on this continent. Well, the fucking world is huge. Like the area you're saying is a fucking gigantic fucking area. Like it doesn't. You got to narrow it down for me, but.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that game
that's
that
one
game was
thing.
good. It was good
Yeah,
to a point where it just became it forced you to grind at a certain point, and I just didn't want to do that. So
You know what
Yeah.
else that's bothering me? I might play this game all on casual, not because I don't give a fuck. Is I got destroyed by a level 6 whatever, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm level 12. Why am I getting my ass kicked by you?
Why are you getting your ass kicked by something like that? Like, how does that happen?
I don't know. Every time my group gets fucked by this lizard dude in this
Get
cave,
good.
I'm like, why am I getting fucked by you?
Get
I'm
good.
6 levels up from you.
There's so fun fact with how the game works. I found out about this online because the game I like Xenoblade, but the mechanics can be very cryptic on what they mean. And there's a lot of shit the game doesn't tell you, and if it does, it's on a very like easily missable like screen. Um your level is very important because it doesn't just mean you're doing more damage, but the level difference between you and your enemy actually gives you or your enemy some perks. So, for example, if you're fighting an enemy who's like 5 levels over you, not only are you dealing with that stat difference, but also that enemy that's 5 levels over you also gets higher crit chances, higher accuracy, and you have lower accuracy and lower crit chances.
Why would they do that?
So,
That sounds absurd.
It sounds like you're gonna
yes,
die.
I mean, it's already
yes,
stronger than you. Why would they buff it even more?
exactly. But it's the same the other way. If you're fighting enemies that are weaker than you, it plays backwards. You know, you get those buffs, they get those debuffs. It's still frustrating as a motherfucker, but like I don't understand why that's in there. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's something to keep in mind. So if you're getting fucked up by an enemy, it's like, why is this
I
thing killing
feel
you? It's only
like
a couple levels
I feel
stronger.
like they
That's
disable
why.
that in casual mode
If
because
they
I
do, awesome, because it doesn't make any sense to me for that to be in there. So
yeah I
if
feel
those of you playing, if you're getting completely fucking wiped by an enemy and you're like, why is this happening? It's only 5 levels stronger. That's why.
or the other way around. I'm 6 levels over this thing. Why am I fucking dying to it?
Well, it's actually the other way. You should be getting those stat increases. So for you to tell me you're getting wiped by some like level 6 creature like that,
Get
Yeah,
something
good.
you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong,
I'm
brother.
doing
Like
something completely wrong, and then I put it to casual. Thing died. Game says you're having a hard time killing this thing. Yeah, you think? And then
No,
I'm like, okay, it's dead.
you found your difficulty level.
Well, I don't care. I'm not an RPG kind of guy, so I don't really like. Yay! But I do like the screen that you have here with the arts and the leveling up of the arts. Like, I just want to grind to get those arts to the highest they can go, which would take
it,
a while.
which I love and hate because in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the affinity chart worked differently because you can upgrade it by getting to certain points in the story, but the individual arts you upgrade them from like, oh, use this art like X amount of times, cause X amount of damage with this art. You know and you get those automatically from doing that.
Right.
Um, with Xenoblade 1, it's more traditional. It's like, oh, you have art points you build up from fighting monsters. Those art points go into upgrading your arts. They can only go up to a certain level. Then you have to find like some item to expand the level that can go through. It's just it feels like a lot more grinding to me than there needs to be, but I'm sure like end game there'll be some like spots that make grinding those arts a little bit easier.
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I never notice how long it takes because I'm doing a lot of side quests. And even though all side quests don't offer you experience, the art points you get from killing monsters for those side quests do balance it out.
Yeah, like the
All in
double
all, it's a fun game. It takes a lot of time, but it's a fun game. I love the Xenoblade games.
the
I need
double
to check
spinning
this
edge
out.
stuff.
I
You
gotta blow
do,
the dust
and
off my. I haven't touched my
well,
Switch in like a year, dude.
it's a game that I'm like I'm enjoying. I'm 3 hours into it. I don't know how long Rick is. I played enough. I didn't play a lot of it.
I didn't
Also,
have as much time to play as I wanted to because we got the dog, so I've been busy this
also,
whole.
I know Monolith is Japanese. Why is most of these games from British people
I can
talking
answer
or
that.
Scottish?
Um, so when Xenoblade first came out in Japan, there was a lot of push to localize it. The problem is that, being a Wii game, a console that's at the time was marketed to more casual audiences, a 100+ hour Japanese role playing game wasn't expected to sell well. So that's when Operation Rainfall happened, where a bunch of like RPG fans in the States
Is this real?
tried. Yes, it's a thing. Look it up.
Operation
Where
Rainfall.
that's what they
Like this
called it. It was
idea.
basically like a push to get Nintendo localized not just Xenoblade but two more Wii Japanese role playing games. Vagrant Story, not Vagrant Story. Actually, it might be Vagrant Story. I'll look it up right now. That and Pandora's Tower.
The Jigglypuff, the hamster in the room says because the Switch is a port system on the go. Hey, you know what? It's a great port system on the go because a lot of these games you want to take with you. BioShock on the go. I mean, that's a fucking wet dream right there. Infinite 2.
He's
I
right.
looked it up.
Operation,
It was
yeah,
the last story. It was the last story, Xenoblade, and Pandora's Tower.
Pandora's Tower.
Nintendo was kind of like, I don't know. So when this push, it wasn't just like an online petition. It was like a written petition. People actually sent letters. They physically mailed letters to Nintendo saying they want to play this game. And it got big enough. Nintendo was like, well, we want to do it, but I'm not sure it's going to be worth it still. That doesn't guarantee those sales for all three games. And that's when Nintendo UK stepped in, like, hey, listen, we'll take up the cost to localize it. We'll translate it. We'll hire the actors, and you can just use that to publish it in the States. And that's why all three games have British accents, because it was
Okay.
published by Nintendo. It was translated by Nintendo UK.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah. The
and then it was
Xenoblade 2 was localized by Nintendo UK. Like that I know, and they just like
yeah,
fine.
and they just kind of
That's
did
why.
that to keep up with the motif from the first one. So that's why they have those voices. Now, when they brought it over again stateside to the US, they had to change a couple things, some spelling stuff that's UK specific, but for the most part, the game it's a Japanese game localized in the UK, brought over to the States.
Yeah, I mean, also Xenoblade 2 sold pretty well.
Yeah. So
It
very well.
sold
It deserved all its sales. It's a great
for
game.
what for what it was and what it is. Sold very well. So congratulations, Xenoblaz.
Yep.
Congratulations, Xenoblast.
Joking
Uh,
aside, Xenoblade's a great series to get into. If you want to get into a series, it's going to take up a lot of your time.
a
With a
lot of people
very,
have a lot of time right now. If
yeah,
they're
like
not
very emotional story. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is like probably one of the most emotional like stories I've played in a game.
absolutely very good, Rex becomes a man. He finds his girl. His girl wears a pretty nice swimsuit. He wears a pretty nice uh whatever that fucking thing is. He wears a really nice trunks, and then they go on an adventure.
I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. The game does get very like emotional at some points, and
Oh
you
yeah.
don't see it coming because the game's so goofy for most of it.
That
That
game
it's
has a twisty
serious.
twist. One
Yeah,
character has a twisty twist you just didn't see coming.
yeah.
You're like, what the fuck happened?
Like, okay, minor spoiler. Nah, I shouldn't get into it. Never mind. Go play Xenoblade 2. Go play 2.
I'm sorry, I know saying that there's a twisty twist somewhere. There's tons of twisty twists.
Yeah, it's a good game.
That that game twisty twists so many times. The DLC's pretty good. Not great, but it's good.
Um, Phantasy Star Online 2 came out on PC last week.
Oh,
And and you played 14 hours of it,
Maybe more than
and
that.
and you married Hasune Miku, and she's now your new waifu.
No, I wish. Um, yeah, that game, it's a video game. Came out like
How
10 years
behind
ago.
is how behind is that game from the Japanese counterpart?
It's behind. It's a little behind. It's more behind than I thought it was. It only has the first 3 episodes. And Japan is like, I think they're gearing up for their like episode 6.
Oh wow,
Holy shit! Oh, that
Um,
is.
that is behind.
but like it's behind, but it also has like shit that's not. There's like a battle pass system now. So like I think the new battle pass is like came out like yesterday. Um,
So they're doing battle passes for this game.
yeah, yeah. They don't call it a battle pass though. They call it like a mission pass or something like that.
Okay, so they're
Um,
not going to do the whole cosmetic buy shit and.
no, they are.
Okay.
They're doing that too. They're
Oh my
doing
god.
that. They're doing that and a battle pass. Um, yeah, that game's it's just it's leaning heavily on very old mechanics that you just don't really see anymore. It's the way it's made is very archaic by today's standards,
Yeah, this has
but
its fans.
like but fucking, I still fucking love that game, so
Games that are old like that, you put up with is bullshit.
I
yeah.
mean, it's
I
not a
mean,
game. Sometimes the bullshit's like part of the charm.
yeah. So, and like
Even
when it launched on PC, it was fucking busted. I mean,
Oh
it's still
yeah,
kind of busted, but like that like Windows Store, man, like I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they
that game
fucking did
is
that, but
is that
I'm
that game's
downloading
pretty
it right
small on Windows Store, right? It's like 30 gig.
now. 11 from what I'm
no,
saying.
it's 11. That's just the launcher. Once you
Oh
download
shit!
that, it downloads the rest of the game.
Oh fuck! How
Um,
much more is the rest of the game?
I think it's like I don't remember. I think it's like 70 gigs.
Fuck! I just started downloading the launcher to my SSD, and I only have like 60 gigs left on it. The downloader said it was only 11 gigs, so I was like, oh cool, I'll download my SSD.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
one
know
of
it
the
was taking
problems. That's one of the issues people were having. Do not cancel the download right now. Well, I mean you're gonna have to anyway, but do not use the fucking official Windows Store launcher. Go to arcs-layer.com. I'll put it in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, go there.
Yeah, just put that because I want to download this. You've been talking this up as long as I've known you, so I
Go
want
to
to play it now.
ArcSlayer. Go to ArcSlayer. Download the PSO2 tweaker. You can download and patch and launch the game through that. And here's the thing: when you use the official launcher, the game is fucked, dude. It's fucked when you launch it through the official. Like,
Great.
there's so many motherfuckers online. I've never seen the game this like packed before. Like to the point where the servers were like just bust. They broke the servers. It says crowded. Like I've never seen it. I've never seen the shit say anything more than yeah. So the problem is it's so crowded. When you launch it through that official launcher, for some reason it's laggier than a motherfucker, dude. And I don't. There's no like real reason why. I think it has something to do with like the game guard or some shit like that. But when you launch it through this launcher from the PSO2 tweaker, completely fine. And that thing it'll download the game for you. It'll patch it. It'll launch it, and you don't have to do anything. It just does it all for you.
Yeah.
Um, so like yeah, and people were just having numerous issues with that Windows Store version. So um, yeah, shit's fucked, man. But like that game is just I don't know. I love it. It's fucking great. The story is still fucking shit. Not that the story is shit, but the way it's presented. I was talking to someone else about this, and they was like, "Well, what are you talking about, man? The story is great. Just because it doesn't live up to modern standards, it doesn't mean that it's bad." But no, it's not the problem. The problem is the
Modern
way it's like.
standards.
The problem is the way it's presented. Like you select every story, every piece of the story is selected through a menu, and then you just sit through a cutscene and watch shit happen, and then
You
and then that's it. And then you go to the next
and
piece of story that takes place somewhere else, and you're like, "How the fuck did I get here? I was in a forest, and now I'm in a fucking
and
volcano."
and they're super Australian, and they say mate a lot.
That's just one guy. There's this one guy. He has an Australian accent.
And
Um, there's other
he's going
people who
for it
have
though.
like there's other people who have like other accents too. I guess they just got whoever the fuck they can get. That the voice acting is actually really good. They really
Oh
put the work in on the voice acting. I was actually
yeah,
surprised.
except for Mr. Aussie dude. He's like, I'm from Australia. I say mate a lot.
Okay, he's not bad because he's Australian. Like I don't know why.
No, but he's just like, dude, I am super Aussie. You just don't know it. Whoa, you
um,
took out that thing really quickly, mate. I'm like, shut up.
yeah, they really trickle feed you the features of that game. It's been a while since I've been through
Yeah,
the tutorial,
that
and
game.
yeah, the tutorial they restructured everything in that game, and the tutorial
I
is
stopped. If I played more of that beta, I would have got a Dreamcast thing. I'm like sad I didn't get it.
you can get it through other means. It's not like you can still get it.
I mean,
Um,
the thing was closing for well, an open beta, but you know what I mean.
yeah, but you can still get it because they've got other ones too. There's a Dreamcast. There's a Sega Saturn.
Oh,
There's a Genesis one. Yeah.
yay!
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's like in a way, it's the tutorial seems better than it used to be, but at the same time, it's like it's bad. It's like it's not a good tutorial because it expects you to just run around, talk to every fucking single NPC, and then do a quest for them, and then it unlocks a thing that if they just gave it to you, like it just wants you to read everything and do everything, and then do this, and then we'll give you this, and then do this, and it's not. I don't know. The tutorial's bad. I think so.
Yeah.
Just just know that. Um, yeah. I don't know, but I like the game. The gameplay though, actually playing it is fucking great.
Good. How many Miku trailers have you seen?
Um, Zero.
Okay. How many Sonic
There's
Hedgehog
concerts
trailers have
like
you seen?
they do a concert like I guess every day. And the concert. So the concert, if you watch the concert, it gives you a buff. It's called a tri boost. That
Try Boost.
it boosts your money drop, your experience rate, and rare item drop rate for like 30 minutes, and then right after the concert, you get that boost, and then it sends you into and then a raid starts, and you can go
Uh,
straight into the raid with that with a boost, and then you just do the raid over and over and get a shitload of experience points. It's super easy to fucking level up in that game. Like I'm almost max level with my first
eh,
class.
I need to jump back into that. Not on
Good
PC
game,
though.
man. Good game.
I need more room on my PC.
You're gonna want to play it on PC because it's just yeah. You're gonna want a keyboard and shit, or not, you
Keyboard.
know. But it supports
E-
controller and PS4 controller and Xbox controller, so you can do that as well. Um, but yeah, so that's I've been playing that a lot.
we have two things. We have to talk about the Turbotastic,
Yeah, we did a quick look of that
Oh yeah.
or a
Turbo
long look.
Mini. Well, you know, it's as long as I mean I don't know. It's impossible to do a quickie quick of the Turbo Mini
Right.
because how many games are on there? 52? 52 pickup?
58.
58.
58. And some doubles and some you care about. They have Dracula X. They have Snatcher in Japanese, so that one's pretty useless, but at least it's there. Uh, not Twin B. They have all kinds of weird shooters and stuff, and bonk bonk. Controller's fantastic. Uh, it's a lot of someone opened it up, and it's a lot of empty fucking plastic that doesn't need to be there. So the thing could have been smaller than it is.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I said, there's usually like nothing inside these things other than like a credit card sized board, and that's it.
It's a little bigger than a credit card size board, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of unnecessary plastic on one side. It's just one of those things. The controller's great. Uh, except for you have to buy a multi-tap if you want to play with other people. The music's fantastic. The visuals is fantastic. Uh, really, really nice little machine. If you're a hardcore gamer and likes that kind of stupid shit, this thing's great. If you are not a hardcore gamer or a female, stay the fuck away from this.
I think the thing that just bothered me the most about it was just there's like 10 games on there that are just duplicates. So they have both the PC engine and the turbo graphics, and so you can switch in between them, and then but they have duplicate games on both sides. Like on one side it's just the American game, and then the other side it's a copy of the same game just in complete Japanese. And it's like, why would you fucking waste a space of a game just to
Like
put
Yas
like Yas
or
is a
or
fucking
Yeez or
duplicate.
whatever, or Yeez or whatever it's called.
East Yas, whatever the fuck you want to say it. Wise. Uh just a fucking duplicate. Just and there's like 5 or 6 of them on there. There's just a copy. I'm like, why the fuck would you do this? And then there's games on there that the PC Engine stuff is typically in just completely in Japanese. So Snatcher's on there, but they didn't bother to translate it at all, so you can't fucking play it.
So at that
Right.
point, like, what's even the point? Like, why even include it for the
Yeah,
novelty?
Yeah, some people, some crazy hardcore person would love like, oh man, Snatch a Japanese. Someone will appreciate stupid shit like that.
yeah. And then when you bring the price into it, it's like $100, right?
Yes, $100.
It just doesn't add up. For me, it doesn't add up.
I mean, for me, some of those games are rare. So if some of those games that go for double the price of what this is. So if you find, if you really care about those said games, this thing's a killing. If you don't care about those said games, then it's not.
Yeah, I just don't know how many people care about care about that.
I think enough people care about it, but at least it's a cool little thing to go, oh look, Turbo Graphics, they have Devil's Crush, the pinball game. Like they have games that you would want and have games that you really don't want. Like I know every console has its fair share of whatever, but there's like 3 games I'm like, this does not need to be here. That Japanese croquet game does not need to be here.
Yeah,
That
there was
golf
another
game
one.
does
That other like that train game, that Japanese train game. They look
yeah,
like
that
fucking.
doesn't need to be
It's like
here.
you
And
just
also
don't.
don't forget that that command mission game that was in Japanese and English. That
Yeah,
the simulator, the Advance Wars game.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know. It's just. I would have rather them like actually put the work in and maybe like actually take the duplicates out, translate the ones that you chose to include. Maybe add an option to have both untranslated and translated versions. But I would have liked them to put the work in.
right, right. It's made by the same people who made the Genesis Mini. It's a good little thing.
Yeah. So quick look for that is up on YouTube. We look at every single of the games on there. So
All
you can
right,
check that out.
all right. So Fantasy Star, is that it? Should we move on to news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, Kitty, or welcome,
Sound like
squeaky
a
door.
door opening. Yeah.
It was a door.
Welcome, door. Welcome, door. All right. The state of play was here. Ellie hates Vita.
um.
What?
Wait. No. You skipped fucking Sony's their Thursday event.
They had a Thursday event. It was the state of play, and Ellie hates Vita.
No, you're skipping the PS5 event that they had planned for
Oh,
Thursday. They
yeah, that
fucking
that too.
canceled it. Um,
Yeah. They delayed the event because shit's getting real.
Yeah. Full disclosure, you know, we know about everything happening.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Sony is postponing because of the current. I'm not going to skirt around it because of the protests and the honestly systemic racism that we're seeing in the U.S. right now.
Yeah. Well, I was
Their
gonna
their
say
exact
something.
yeah their exact message when they announced they were delaying their state of play event was, well, we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see PS5 games. We do not feel that right now is a time for celebration, and for now we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard. And honestly, like, good on them. We don't talk a lot about politics on this show, but this is a really important factor. And it's, I mean, we live in the U.S. It affects us. It affects all of us. All of us living here. A couple of our viewers are in the U.S. So it is really important. And I personally think it's awesome for Sony to do something like that. Honestly, they were probably looking for an excuse to postpone it. I'm just glad they have a good excuse.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, this is the scene where everything's getting delayed for other reasons than COVID.
kind of kind of makes you forget that COVID was even fucking.
No, I didn't forget. I mean, it will be, you know, Corona Chan does not want you to forget her. She is around. Even when
But
people are being stupid, she will be around.
yeah, and then everyone did that blackout thing yesterday. And just a bunch of people came out in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. Um, like I got a list here. Like Naughty Dog came out and made a statement. Uh,
Yeah, it's exactly what I
Madden,
want to talk about. Matt,
Riot
John
Games
Madden.
came out. Ubisoft. I think Square Enix came out and they were like, "Hey, we're
Yep,
making a donation, $200,000 donation to the."
it was
And they said they're
250.
gonna 250,000.
Yeah, it was 250.
Yep. Even the Pokemon company, made a little post on Facebook supporting the protests. It's getting wild, man. And
Yeah,
honestly,
Twitch did.
yeah, it's getting wild. And if you pretend it's not happening, like
I
there's a
mean,
lot everywhere.
it's also it's one thing to give money and say all this. It's another with action. Best Buy said they're donating $4 million to educate for Black Lives or whatever for to get better jobs. I'm like, that's great. Everything is great. I hope they keep to it. That's all I'm saying. If they go back to business as usual, this is like, oh, we're sorry. We'll do better. I'm like, we all have to do way better than this.
Yeah. And for the
I'm just
looters, I recommend getting the Samsungs over the LGs because the Samsung's got the apps and
today, and uh, for me, for being a petty thief, grab the shoes. Do not grab any electronics. Those things are tracked.
white people stay out of the ski stores.
Well, they're gonna steal whatever is not bolted down.
But no, really, the looting and stuff is unfortunate, but because I think it ruins the overall message in a way.
Absolutely. It ruins the message and it forces everyone to look at what they're doing instead of it being, you know, a
I
protest. The
I
lootings and the fires. Forget they burn
Yeah,
shit down too.
yeah.
I go back and forth, um, mainly because how can I word this without sounding like a fucking terrorist?
Well,
Um,
I know what you're trying to say. It's
Yeah,
like
I know what you're trying to say.
you need to send a message as well, and
and not just that,
because
but like, if we're being honest here, guys, like, sorry to get serious, someone fucking died. You know, a lot of people fucking die from this every year. We see cases all the time, and
Yeah, but
people are
this
sick
was
of
so brutal. This was so
exactly.
yeah,
brutal and fucked up and
Four cops on him, and they lied about it in their fucking in the autopsy. Said he had a pre-existing condition, that he was drunk.
right.
It's ridiculous. And then
Well,
whenever I hear someone say, the riots shouldn't be happening and the looting's fucking up the message, all I hear people say is a dude died, but my stuff though. When it should be, yeah, your stuff, but a dude died. You know what I
right,
mean?
it should be the other but also
Yeah,
they're looting because unemployment's fucked up. They didn't some people didn't get their stimulus, some
yeah,
people didn't get this, some people got this, and they're mad at the system. They're not yes, they're looting for looting's sake, but they're
yeah,
also looting for saying like I'm broke and poor.
yeah.
This
Like a lot of people, there's a lot of opportunistic assholes out there that are looking for a chance to score some free shit. But at the same time, though, like, are we surprised? I mean, we've been on a huge economic downturn since the coronavirus broke out.
so
People are mad that cops are abusing their power, not just against people of color, but everybody. If you're not a cop, you're fucked. And I know everybody
right.
has a story of like some shitty cop they had to deal with. So to say like, but my stuff though, but Target though, it's a shitty
yeah,
byproduct of what has to
Yes,
be
but
done, but that's
also
all it is, the byproduct.
also good on the stores and stuff. They just seem like they're like, hey,
Yeah,
our stuff is taken, whatever, we'll rebuild. You know,
yeah,
like Target's like, we'll rebuild that Target. They're like, yeah, it's we they looted it and destroyed the shit out of it, but we'll rebuild it, I guess. We support the protesters. They're like, I'm like, okay, Target, whatever, you do what you do, Target. I would have
yeah.
just said, well, I'm done, but whatever. But
exactly. Like it sucks for the people who are getting hit the hardest. I'll be honest, are all the small businesses. You know, the people who don't have
yeah, there's
a
heartbreaking
billion
stories.
dollar corporation backing them up. Those are the people I feel bad about. But to say that like people need to stop protesting because of the riots, I think is a dumb argument. And
Well,
it sucks that it's happening. Don't get me wrong, I don't condone it. But if this is what it takes to get the point across, I say
I
it's a necessary byproduct.
I honestly want to say this one thing, and I think this has been, like George Floyd was he was the actual spark that started this. Like
Yeah,
everyone's at home and everyone's waiting for unemployment, waiting for when things are going to get back to normal, when things are going to. Some people probably go like, it's not ever going to get back to normal, and they hear who doesn't do anything, and then everyone's like, ah, fuck. And then whoever they're listening to, they're like, some people are just gonna be ratchet. That's just how it is. I'm just
and
some
you're not wrong, and that's what's most frustrating about it. When I hear people say like, whenever I hear that, but you know, yeah, George Floyd died, but I'm like, no,
no,
fuck your butt. Like this is not constructive at all. Does it suck that these riots are happening? Absolutely. Does it suck that small businesses are being burned up and looted? Yes, I'm not disagreeing with that. But at the same time, like, what other choice is there? Brown
right,
versus the Board of Education happened in what 1956, and George Floyd got murdered last week. That's bullshit. So
right.
Yeah. So
And you know what's I don't want to go to politicians. They don't want to fix it.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. No one wants to
they
fix it.
they rather just play politics and go, oh, the American people. We support the quiet peaceful protesters. Yeah, I'm not doing shit. Fuck you.
And that's what drives me crazy about it. Like I know we're not a political podcast, I don't want to get too
Right.
political, but
But I get it. We
I
know
stand
the way.
by the protesters. I say you keep fighting the good fight. Don't let people push you down because that's what's happening.
And
And
I
you've seen videos of peaceful protesters who are being peaceful, who are getting shot at with rubber bullets, shot at with tear gas, getting the shit kicked out
Yeah.
of them by cops.
because of by oh sorry.
Like I say, like fuck it. If we got to get loud, you got to get angry, you got to get violent. They started it. That's all I'm gonna say. They started it.
Indeed, they started it, and none of this. I don't know how you're gonna get changed, but I feel like you send a message absolutely like, hey, dumbass, are you going to do basically nothing, or are you going to do something, anything?
Yeah,
To
and a lot of the
it
time with when these sort of things, when these sort of like protests and riots happen, they usually die down within like like a week or two, and then you don't really hear about it anymore. But what needs to happen
well,
is it needs to keep going on until
right.
November, like until the like we can get these votes out and stuff like that. Like
The the
it
good
needs
news
to
is
keep going.
Yeah,
the
I
good
agree.
news is the burning and the fires and the looting seems like that stopped. Seems can't say
Yeah.
that it has, but it seems like that's done. Can't say it's completely done because you never know.
Well, they did
But
come out. I think they came out right before we started. I was watching. They did charge those cops with second degree murder.
yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so
What's his name? I
Now,
don't know his name.
oh
The main one.
yeah,
yeah,
I
He's
don't
in
know.
yeah,
degree. The others were indicted, or not indicted. The others were charged. They haven't been prosecuted yet. I think they're going to try to go for third degree on the others,
Yes.
but
okay,
he is second degree. He's being charged second.
Here's the problem with all this. A lot of times these cops get off. Almost 9 out of 10, they get off.
Yeah, and
And that's the scary part about this whole thing. Are they gonna get off?
well, I think with the case being this public, it's not possible. And this is coming
It's
from someone.
super public.
Some backstory on me. My dad was a cop.
Right.
He worked law enforcement for years. When I was born, he did it for a little bit longer, and then he went into security, worked as a security guard for a private prison. And so he's worked law enforcement for a good chunk of my life growing up. I remember having dinner with police officers after they get off work. They're still in uniform. They come to dinner at my house. And I still think the police system is fucked
It is.
because it's really easy to fuck up like that and get away with it. This is coming from someone again who I have family who work law enforcement. I've known law enforcement officers on a first name basis, and I think it needs to be fixed because I work in insurance. I had to go through a lot of training to do it. I had to get a license to do it. There was a lot of work to get this license. If I fuck up, if I lie to someone about what their coverages mean, if
You're
I
liable.
if I do something against the Department of Insurance, I get held liable for it. I could lose my job. I could lose my license. These guys can kill someone, literally murder someone, and get away with it. Something needs to change. And
And you're right.
yeah, and that's my opinion on it. And people who say, but the riots though, but my stuff though, fuck
That's
fuck you.
that
Like
yeah, your stuff can always be
exactly.
different. I mean, your business can be rebuilt. I get it. I get it. The times if your business get burnt down, the memories and all that stuff. Like I get it. Those are emotions, but
Exactly.
they
It
can be
sucks, but be mad at the right people. These
right.
riots are happening because this went on for so long. These protests are happening because it went on for so long. they turned into riots when cops started shooting people and attacking people and pulling people out of cars and beating them up. So I get you're frustrated. I get you're mad. Channel that into the good fight.
Yeah, and it's one of those things I can sit here and I go like, I read stories from here that is they're like, oh, Lansing's fucked because they broke into three stores, and they honestly want the city to be wiped off the map now. I'm like, Minneapolis is pretty fucked, but Atlantic City they looted 3 stores. Holy shit, get rid of it.
I just had to file a claim for somebody because their car got broken into during one of the riots. It
Oh,
sucked. The guy was frustrated, but even he was like, he told me flat out, like, it's frustrating that it happened to me, but I'm glad
just
that something's being done.
I feel like these days we live in a land of confusion. You just don't
Yeah,
know what the real. You don't have like a clear story from anyone.
yeah, and it's scary. Things are hard now. That's why it's important to know what's going on, and
Land of confusion.
I'm glad these companies are
Right.
acknowledging it at least and not pretending it's not happening because
It's
it is
happening.
happening. It's happening. And this is coming from companies like PlayStation. They're a huge name here, but Sony's a Japanese company, and they still felt the need to like discuss this. There's something that's happening strictly in America, and people all over the
Yeah.
world are helping protest.
PlayStation is starting to become more American.
They are,
The
they
the
are, but
PlayStation brand was Japanese. I'm not saying you're wrong, but the
yeah.
the actual PS4 launched here in Japan, got it in February. That never happened ever because
Oh, I didn't know
normally.
that.
Oh yeah, the PS4 launched here first in November, and they got theirs in like February.
Oh, I didn't know that. Shit. All right.
So, the, I mean, Europe and America got PS4 first because we were way more excited than Japan, and rightfully so. I mean, Japan's not buying PlayStations like the rest of the world is.
Yeah, and I know that the stuff happening here has inspired a lot of other countries to kind of
Yeah.
speak up about their injustices. Like I know there's a lot of protests going on in like England as well,
Yeah.
who were like they were inspired by this. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see other places being inspired by us crazy people.
yeah,
It's inspiring.
well,
I didn't want
Canada,
even
to
the American
politically there.
Revolution, like the
Yeah.
American Revolution inspired the French Revolution. So
hmm, we just live in a fucked up time, and I just hope the people that are in power that are don't want to listen or want to do stuff and just want to play chess, whatever. Nothing. We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see. I didn't want to get too political. I didn't want to
No,
make a
no, I hear you.
like
I
it's frustrating. I'm frustrated. My wife is fucking like terrified because
don't. And you're frustrated, and you have a job and money
exactly,
coming in.
exactly. It's frustrating. Like, and this is coming from someone. I'm not black, but I do see this bullshit, and I'm not going to pretend it's not happening. And
Oh,
it's worse on my wife. My wife is black, and
hmm.
she's worried about her brothers who do look like the type of guys that these police are targeting.
Uh, I hear what you're saying, but the only thing I could say is, hey, keep your head a little down, speak a little nicer, and that's all I can say. It's like just try. Yeah, it's hard because
It's
there's a
hard.
lot of ratchet people out there on every side. Doesn't matter if you're white or black, just ratchet. So
yeah,
I can understand that. This is not. Some people are like, look what these ratchet people are doing, and it's like, no, it's everyone. It's
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. That's why,
Don't,
like, I
don't,
want to go into it. These are my views specifically. They don't represent Gameoverse as a whole. I know I
no,
made some hot takes there, but
you,
I
I
had
don't.
to say it. I'm sorry, I had to
I
say it.
don't want to. Yeah, you don't want. I don't want to send
Forever.
violence.
Yeah,
And I get everyone's just pent up at home and they didn't get their. Like you have to connect the dots how we got here.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Let's
It,
get back to
Once
video
again,
games.
I'll reiterate this one more time.
Yeah.
For
everything
some more
got delayed
looter tips.
Yeah.
Um, if you hit up Best Buy, hit up the Magnolia section. That's you're gonna
Yeah,
get the best return value for your shit. Best value. Okay. So yeah, Fortnite.
SD cards.
Fortnite postponed an event too for same reason.
Fortnite. Fortnite was gonna start their next season. More agency. That was
um,
the agency.
do they? How long are they like delaying this stuff? By the way, like I know Sony didn't give a date
Probably a
for
week.
their.
Probably a week or two, maybe. I'm gonna say a
Because
week or two.
I was like, not gonna lie, NGL, but like I was excited to see some Sony shit, man.
I was too. I was. I mean, it was the time. You're like, oh man, Sony's gonna talk to us about stuff, and I get it, and they're not wrong. It's like, oh, we gotta pull out. I'm like, oh fuck, and then the dominoes started to fall.
um, but they did give us some Last of Us 2 state of play
Yeah, Ellie
footage. They
hates
had
Vita.
about yeah, they confirmed the PlayStation Vita exists in the Last of Us universe, as does Ice
And
Cube.
Ice Cube. Yeah, Ice Cube exists. I was not very happy about Ice Cube or the Vita existing. One, that girls don't play Vita. Fuck you.
Yeah, they do.
Ice Cube's a fucking bamf, dude. I love Ice Cube.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
playing 1990s Ice Cube in this rebel base and this lesbians going killing everyone.
Homie, like 1990 Ice Cube is the best Ice Cube. Like, what
Yeah,
are we
but
talking?
That
it's
Let's just
song
just
is a
stop.
timeless
weird.
classic. You can listen to that song whenever you want.
I know, but it's just so weird. Could you do something more contemporary, like "Yummy Yummy" from Justin Bieber?
What?
Okay, you're fucking with me. You're trying to troll right now, and it's working.
I just look. These people wouldn't listen. They would, or that Killer Nos, or that dude with the face with the color, whatever his name, the rainbow dude. He has a new song. Why don't they put that in the game?
Because that song sucks.
I know it sucks, but at least they could have it relevant or something that wasn't from '92.
Ice Cube's always relevant. Fuck you.
I know it's relevant. And she's like casually making food while Ice Cube's going like, yeah, NWA. I had a good day. Didn't have to break out my AK. And she's like, yeah, I didn't have to break out my AK. Today's a good day. And Ellie's in the
So
docks being a lesbian, going like, I'm gonna kill these motherfuckers.
You
so
sound like
they
every like right wing conservative like politician who hated NWA when they started.
I just want
let's let's
something
let's
that's
let's go over what they showed here because
Yeah.
a Vita.
they gave a lot of information here. So they
Oh yeah.
confirmed the
So
game's going to
much.
take place in it takes place in Jackson, Wyoming, and I guess throughout the story you transition over to Seattle, Washington, and the Pacific West Coast.
The game takes
Um,
place several years after the first one. If that wasn't obvious from like Ellie's growth spurt.
yeah, I think they said she's 19 now.
Yeah. Which
Um,
is cool to see. I like seeing that Ellie's going to be the main character. We're going to be playing through her.
yeah, she's just fucking grizzled, fucking hardened. Like,
She's a survivor now, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's a
Um,
survivor. She
new
murders people.
new traversal mechanics. You see, there was a boat. You could ride horses. There's larger environments, climbing, jumping, crawling, sprinting, dodging, countering. Um, yeah, when they showed the crawling, I was like, oh, Metal Gear.
Yeah, you can go under cars and shit. Metal Gear.
It was cool to see. I couldn't watch the whole presentation because, like, honestly, excuse me, I'm super excited for this game. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm going to ask really quick. I know rope swinging was supposed to be included with it now. Is it going to work kind of like, what was it? Uncharted 4, or is it more downplayed, or is that not in the presentation at all?
They didn't really show. They only showed one part where it looked like it was like a scripted rope swing for
Okay.
story's sake, or
Okay.
like, hey, for the sake of where we are in the story, we have to swing this rope here, so we're gonna let you do that. At no point did they show the rope at ever again. So
Okay, so it's not like that grapple hook from Uncharted 4.
No.
it
That was
didn't
like an
seem
actual
like
game
that.
mechanic.
It
Okay.
could be, but they didn't show it. Like you mean like during combat, can I like swing from rooftop to rooftop? And
Yeah.
No.
yeah, they
Like
didn't
drop
show
the
that at all.
motherfuckers. Okay.
No
Yeah,
tar
It's like
no
it's like
Tarzan.
okay, that's good because I heard like rope swinging. I was like, that was fine in Uncharted, which is supposed to be like an action game, but not so much in like this serious like apocalypse drama that they're trying to do for this game.
yeah.
One of the people here want me to shut up, so I'm gonna go. You guys take over. So bye.
Wait, what?
Yeah, read the chat.
So tell them to fuck off. It's
um,
your show.
there's there's two new warring factions: the Washington
Oh boy,
Liberation Front.
good.
It's like a militia group in Seattle, and the
Seattle.
Seraphites, a group of religious zealots. Which I think they showed
Which,
them that's who you see in the very
yeah,
first trailer they had. They had like they cut their faces to give
yeah,
themselves like Glasgow smiles. Is that what that's called?
yeah.
Um,
I remember that trailer
yeah.
or that presentation. It was really cool. I was like, who the fuck are these dudes? No, they got a name.
New types of infected. There's shamblers, large enemies who release deadly spore cloud, and
They just
like
sound
I said,
annoying.
they're like the bloaters or whatever the fuck they're called from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the
that's the vibe I was
boomers.
getting.
Boomers.
Boomers.
I like
There's a lot
that they're not
more.
kind of showing off all the monsters. Like we got to see the Shambler, but apparently there's supposed to be like more that they didn't show off in the trailer that I'm going to be excited to check out.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're
Really
just like boss, like how the first
Yeah,
game had like certain boss infected.
yeah. They're boss in quotes. They were like stronger infected that you had to deal with. I think it was like that armored one. I think was a major one from the first one. The
They're
fuck
showing
was
here in the trailer now is like a counter system, like kind of like Assassin's Creed, where you wait for an attack to come in, you counter it, and then it's a lot more dynamic melee combat now.
I
which
just
I'm excited for. It's really cool because the melee combat was just kind of like, swing. There wasn't too much behind it.
Yeah,
So not really cool to see it be more dynamic in this game.
yeah, that was the thing in
Like
the
I'm
first game.
excited.
When you ran out of ammo, you were fucked. But you have a lot more options here, it seems.
Yeah, in the first game, it was kind of like if you had your melee weapon, you could do like a melee combo that was an instant kill if you could finish off the combo, or if you like enhance the weapon with like spikes or something, it was a one hit kill. But other than that, there wasn't like
no.
melee combat, quote unquote.
Yeah, and I didn't write it down here, but they're showing in the trailer now. Your AI helpers are a lot fucking smarter in this. It seems like they're actually useful now.
One would hope with all this technology.
Yeah,
Which is impressive because the AI wasn't too bad in the first Last of Us game.
they were
I
pretty
had,
fucking bad. Like they wouldn't do anything unless you were caught already. Like if you were like sneaking, they wouldn't do shit. They were pretty much just there until something happened.
but when something did happen, though, it would lead to some pretty cool events. Like,
Yeah,
side story, I had this really cool moment that happened in the game, and it was totally organic. It wasn't a cinematic. I was playing the game. I ran out of ammo. There was two guys coming at me. The first guy was trying to go to the cover I was in. So I pulled up, grabbed the dude, and I'm holding him by his neck, and I'm pointing an empty gun at his buddy. And they start fucking talking to each other. Like, Joel's like telling this dude, like, put your gun down. The guy's like, you fucking let go of my friend. And Joel's like, I don't want to hurt you. Put your fucking gun down. And then Ellie's like, hey, asshole. And the guy turns over and he hits him in the, and she throws a fucking brick at him.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Dude, it was crazy. And I was like, what the? And when it happened, I was like, oh, here's my chance. I kill this dude, run up to that guy and beat the shit out of him. And I was like, this happened like totally organically. Like, it wasn't a scripted cinematic. It happened in the game. Like, it was fucking nuts. I couldn't believe it.
I was thinking about going back and replaying that game because I only went through it the one time. I tried to go through a second time, but I was like, I'm just not like.
It's rough to go through a second time because you know everything that's going to happen. And honestly, the opening hours are so fucking. They take forever to go through.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah, the opening just takes so long. Just trying to tell a story through the gameplay, which works the first time through, but the second time through, you're like, I just want to get to the game already. But yeah, like so for you to tell me the AI is like smarter in this one, I'm like, I'm probably going to see more moments like that or more intense moments. It'll be really cool to see.
There's a larger focus on scavenging and weapon customization. They showed Ellie like attaching a scope to her rifle and doing that,
which is cool because the first one kind of had like a weapon upgrade system, but it was more like stats. It wasn't like you're putting a scope on your weapon or like a new butt on your weapon or anything like that.
Yeah. So it seems like this game's just going to be fucking long as fuck.
Yeah. I'm out.
You're out.
I mean, you weren't in to begin with.
Yeah, I'm out. Whatever this game is, not because of the politics behind it, I'm out.
It seems like a lot bigger in scope than that in the first game.
Yeah, it's just this game is just not doing it for me. If it's like $30 maybe, but it's just like I'm out.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of this game.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna pick it up and enjoy not having it.
That's fine. Sabi and I will talk about how great it is.
You guys can talk about how great it is.
Chaotix is in the chat. He says, question for any of you. Did you read the comic that takes place before the game?
I did not know there was a comic. I'm going to check that shit out now.
Me either.
I've been kind of trying to keep myself away from a lot of Last of Us news because I don't want to go in knowing too much about it. You know, I kind of want it to be fresh when I play it.
Yeah.
That's what I did with the first one. I was able to avoid most of the marketing stuff from the first one and just play through it. So a lot of the game was really fresh to me when I was able to play it. And especially now with like the leaks coming out for Last of Us 2, I'm being very careful to stay away from as much as I can.
I dove headfirst.
Now that I've said that, someone's gonna fuck it up for me. But
well, I heard so people have this game now. Like reviewers have the game, and they're allowed to like kind of talk about it a little bit. And they said that even if you've seen those leaks, there's still a shitload more that you don't even fucking know. Yeah, they said like, even if you saw those leaks, fucking don't worry about it. There's like, you don't know everything yet. So, yeah, here's the Vita part.
The leaks are bad. Also, fuck the Vita.
I like my Vita, man. My Vita was a badass little system.
But look at you. You really want to believe that person likes video games?
I mean, anyone can.
Is that anyone can play the Vita? Like,
especially since like in this game's timeline, the Vita would be considered a retro console. I'm sure.
Well, it depends. The infection, because when the game takes place, the infection happened. The first one takes place like 20 years after the infection happens, and this is like another 10 years after that.
Yeah.
How come it couldn't be like a normal thing, like a Sony Xperia phone or something?
Oh my god!
You want me to fucking believe that this person plays Vita just sitting there with her headphones on, playing Vita and having? No one does this. You ever get on a bus? You ever see anyone with a Vita?
Well, considering the game takes place in like what 2030.
You ever go to an anime convention and see someone with a Vita?
Well,
Vita would
considering the
be
game, the first one takes place in 2030, as in the first Last of Us takes place, and it's I think, don't quote me on this, the infection happened 20 years before that. So around 2010, 2011, yeah, the Vita was fucking popping. That would have been the last handheld system to come out
But
before the
this
infection
shit's
hit.
into retro games and has a Vita. I mean,
I mean, at that point, it's just the game, really. It's only retro because nothing's come out after it. But I see where you're coming from. But I mean, it's a fun little nod to the company that helped produce the game.
yeah, I get it, but it could have been a PSP. It's just I don't believe you. I work in a restaurant. I've never ever 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 once seen anyone ever with a Vita.
Well, I
And
mean, people are probably busy eating instead of playing on their
and
handheld.
this stupid bitch has a Vita? You want me to 20 years later, this stupid bitch has a Vita? Hell no.
God, you really hate the Vita. I love my
Because
Vita.
it was
I'm just saying
unloved.
it would be like the equivalent of playing like a Game Boy Color today.
That would that's
True, but I see that argument, and I'll raise you this. We continue to have improvements after the Game Boy Color. So imagine if, like, the Game Boy Color happened and there was an apocalypse,
also 20
and
years.
literally the last
Yeah.
system to come out was a Game Boy Color.
Also, you want
I
me to believe that
also
battery on the Vita would be enough to charge 20 years from later? You want me to believe that battery is going to be all good to go?
Okay, that argument I'll give you.
Yeah.
I secede to that argument. I don't know. It seems like a fun little thing.
Yeah, it's a
She
fun
could have
little
been like taking around drawing, and it wouldn't have like made a difference.
just
Point
if
is,
it
use a
was
distracted guard.
if
That
it was
LED
like a
drawing.
PSP, something that people actually used or something, that I could believe you. It just
I would
breaks the
rather
immersion.
play my Vita. I would rather play my Vita than the Switch.
Yeah, it's full of weep shit and Persona.
I'm
You
just
think
saying
this
I
girl's
can
playing Persona?
probably.
I feel like
Anyway,
we're
game
taking
comes
too much
out.
time on that. Yeah.
Game
Let's move
comes
on.
out June
I will.
19th.
Yes,
June
everyone.
19th.
I'm not buying it. Fuck them.
The reviews come out, I think, the Monday before that, or a
Yep,
week
and they'll
before
give it
that,
glowing reviews and say it's the greatest game ever. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
or
most
the
likely.
Friday before that, 12th. So reviews come out on the 12th. So
Yep,
we'll
they'll
have
tell it
a
that
week of
the game
reviews.
is the best game they ever played, and it's everything they ever dreamed of, and it gave them blowjobs in the end of the night. Yes.
I mean, if the game's that good, then sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Ellie's just killing everyone. She's taking down women. She's taking down guys. She just doesn't give a fuck. She's like, "Hello, dead."
I mean, it
June's
makes sense. This game's like 30 years after the apocalypse happened. At this point, like you can either like fight or you're dead.
And I'm gonna rent it later. I'm not going to never buy this game, but it's like let the people suck its dick so hard that it's dry, and then I'll play it.
I'm probably gonna pick it up like day one just so I can get the game played and finished before like too many spoilers start coming out.
Raven.
The
Raven
spoilers
hates
are already out.
everything that people like. So
Yeah,
No,
just a
it's
country
just they're gonna put this game on a pedestal, and it'll happen.
what if
And
I
it
mean,
deserves to be on a pedestal, though? What if it's
yeah.
that
it deserves
good?
to be on a fucking pedestal. Then I'll go, okay, everyone, this game deserves to be on a pedestal. But if it's one,
Like,
I
there's no
No, you
denying
won't.
that.
You're gonna shit on that game to the day you die.
you
We
know
all
what,
know what's gonna
you know what, I didn't think The Last of Us was very good. I thought it was all right.
happen.
I
I
thought
thought
that
the
game
story
was
was really
bullshit.
good.
I thought the clickers are assholes, and I almost got raped in a bar or whatever that Elk Lodge restaurant thing. It just seemed like a mess. But a lot of people
June's
just
PlayStation Plus games are now available.
Yep. We got Call of Duty World War II and Battlefront 2.
that game's 160 gig.
Yes, which is
World
why
War
I'm
II.
not down with that shit.
That game is 160 gig. I played a match and I went back to Modern Warfare.
That seems to be the consensus for most people. But Battlefront 2 is up,
Now that's
which
a game you should play.
the microtransactions are shitty, but
They're out.
hear me out here. The game is free for PlayStation Plus, and all the DLC was updated as with the games throughout the game's lifespan. So, I mean, not the worst game in the world to get for free, right?
No, it's they updated that game. That game has free content. Like this
Yeah.
is definitely a banger.
Yeah. Are the microtransactions still like super
No,
predatory?
they're out.
They're out completely
No,
out.
they're completely out of the game. There's no microtransactions there that are predatory.
That is good to know.
You can
Yeah,
go
I
in that
downloaded
game.
but I downloaded it. I can't wait to play it.
This is probably the best one of the games to play. I played it on Xbox on the PSN on the EA Access thing. Fucking great. Can't say too much great things about what they did with Battlefront. It's they really did go back and they went on a sorry tour and went like, all right, we're sorry, we're making the game
Yeah.
better.
I mean, it does also, people forget that it does also have a full single player campaign. Now, here's pretty good. I haven't tried it yet, but I hear that champagne is pretty good.
Yeah, the game's got modes and stuff that you would want to play. And I say for anyone out there that goes like, I don't want to play it, I don't want to do that, I don't want... like give it a shot. It's really a solid game. I can promise you that.
And I'm definitely happy that it's free on PlayStation Plus because, like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. A lot of
Right.
people, I haven't. That's not a secret. I love Star Wars, and I didn't. I boycotted the game on principle, and I'm happy to see that, like, I can play it for free now, so I don't have to go against my morals, and I can play the good parts of the game, and not
Against your
spend any
morals.
microtransactions.
The game is good. It really, it's worth its money. And I know I keep saying that, but I went back to it and I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is a good one of those. You can play this and not feel like an a-hole.
Yeah, which I'm excited. I mean, I downloaded it. I'm probably gonna play it after this. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'll hang out with my people. We'll see what happens.
Also, the other thing that PSN thing brought was State of Play. There's a huge sale going on.
Oh yeah, huge sale. A couple highlights there. Metal Gear Solid is like stupid cheap right now if you want to play MGS5, which a lot of shit. I get it. There's a lot of shit you can give Metal Gear Solid 5, but it's a fun game, and if you can get it for like single digits, I say pick it up.
And the game runs at 1080p 60, one of the rare games, and it looks good on PS4, whatever you play it on.
It looks fucking beautiful with whatever system you play it on. And
my riding stables, Life with Horses, is 60% off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting you know, it's $12. I don't know why.
Also,
I don't know why that's in my browser history, but
also Agents of Mayhem is $3 right now. If you get the complete edition, it's $6. Which, a lot of shit to talk about that game. I picked it up. There's a lot of shit you can talk about that game, but for $6, it's a pretty good game to have for $6.
For $6, yes.
Yeah, the humor's there. If you like Saints Row, a lot of the humor is still intact there. It feels like an M-rated G.I. Joe game with the way the animation's done. I like it. Go pick it up. $6.
There's some good deals on here, man. I haven't looked at this yet.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
Persona 5 Royal is like
$45.
$45 right now. It's like 25% off. If you don't want to jump in on Royal, which I don't know why it's the best version of the game, you can buy vanilla Persona 5 for like $8.
Yeah, like for real.
Yeah, the Arkham Collection's like $10. Sonic Team Racing's like 20.
I got that.
I haven't played yet, but I did like Sonic Racing Transformed, so I'll probably end up picking up Team Sonic Racing. But no, there's a ton of games on sale. Fucking The Surge 2 is like $24 right now for the premium edition. Like there's some good deals here, so go check them out. Like you might find something you like.
All the way up to the 17th, and also you can get PSN Plus for $41 for a whole year or $20 for 3 months.
Yeah, see, there you go.
So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that is PlayStation State of Play.
Shenmue 3 is like $24.
Wow.
Yeah.
That game's
That's
a failure. Resident Evil 3 is $40.
holy shit, really?
Yeah, Resident Evil 3 is $40. 39, 59. Stay away from Predator Hunting Grounds. Jedi Fallen Order's 30. Madden 2017. Days Gone is 14. Death Stranding's 23.
Well, the Hotline Miami collection is only $8. That's a really good deal.
Need for Speed Heat. Mortal Kombat 11's 24. God
Oh
of
my
War's
god. Metal Gear Solid
What?
5. $5. Did you mention that already?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said it was like I can't remember the exact number, but I know it was like single digits.
Jeez, man, that game is. I gotta play it again.
Skyrim Special Edition, $20.
Ridiculous.
The worst game ever, Ghost
Oh
Recon
my god.
Breakpoint.
I looked back at Metal Gear Solid 5. It's $5 for the definitive experience. So that comes with
Yeah.
Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes.
Also, Dragon Ball Z is $11.99. Also,
Okay. Anyway, deals on PS4
deal.
right now.
Yeah, they got deals on deals. Go check it out. You know, you'll find something you like for a good price.
Injustice 2 is $5.
Not in that list.
Wait, DJ Max is $9?
You know, it's not on the list.
Oh.
They neglected DJ Max. The game's expensive, so it's good when it gets a deal. But
yeah, I'm waiting for it to go on sale so I can pick it up, so I can like properly critique it. So when I shit talk it, I know what I'm doing.
No, you're not going to.
Yeah, I know the game looks pretty good. You talked it up quite a bit. Our taste in games are pretty similar, so I think I like it.
Can I recommend one more game for this list? Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, $20.
Wrath of the White Bitch?
Yes, $20.
That's the sequel, right? Or is that the first one?
That's the first one. Also, Medieval is $12.
Oh shit! Damn. Okay.
Wait, that game came out?
Yes, October.
That shit kind of came and went, dude. Like, I don't remember that at all.
But these deals are up to the 17th. Just remember that. Also, the Spyro Crash trilogy is $40 for both of them.
That's a lot.
That's not bad. I mean, $40, you get 6 games. Hey, Cat, be nice.
Oh yeah,
nice
yeah.
You get
Ubisoft.
Yes.
So there's a new Trackmania game coming out. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a bit of a fan of these Trackmania games just because they're like stupid fucking like just like stupid trials games.
So you believe in love after love. All right.
I do. So yeah, people just make their own tracks and they put like EDM remixes to songs on the tracks. Star Wars Metallica. So like they announced that they're remaking they're rebooting Trackmania. And Ubisoft came out and announced the pricing scheme for this reboot. There's going to be 3 different tiers. The first tier is a free tier. They're calling Starter Access. And it's free for players to race solo or multiplayer. They also don't really explain these tiers very well. Like from the sound of it, you get 25 tracks with the free tier. And I guess they like rotate in and out or something like that. But it says solo or multiplayer on quarterly renewed official campaigns, including 25 tracks, medals, scores, and regional rankings. You can enjoy other players' creations
So
on the arcade channel and try
it
various editors and map review servers.
is the game. Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish.
No, that's it. My thing is, it doesn't. It's kind of, I don't know what that means. Like, it
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
try various editors. So I guess it's like limited access to the track editor. Um,
Which that's the big chunk of the game is the track editor.
Here's
yeah.
my problem with this. Is the game free with the subscription, or is it you buy in? I'm just,
No, it's
there's a thing
free.
here.
But yeah,
It's
the game's
free.
free to play.
Yeah.
Okay, game's free to play with subscription, like a battle pass.
Like Battle
Kind of.
Pass,
It's free to
but this
play and then
one,
get the subscription to get better content or to get more content. Right? Is that how
yeah,
I'm reading it?
Is the
or all the
idea to get,
content.
wasn't Trackmania pretty game, like a game that's like $20 to $30 anyway?
Yeah,
It
but
is, but that's a one-time $20-$30. This is like,
this
a
is
subscription.
yeah.
Which, I
So
mean, could be a good thing or a bad thing because having a subscription, because Trackmania is the kind of game that relies a lot on like player content.
that's all it
So
is.
the this will definitely help with like releasing, instead of having to release a sequel, they can just release like new editors and stuff for people who are paying the subscription. It's not like a really bad subscription. It's like 1 year for $30 or 3 years for 60. It's not like a really predatory subscription service. So
Yeah,
I'm withholding judgment for now. It's not that scummy. It's not like, oh, I'm paying $60 for the game, like another like 60 for the subscription. The
that's what I
Right.
game's free.
thought.
Yeah.
People
The game
people are livid about this, man. Like people are fucking fuming about this. Um,
I mean, I can see why it's an established franchise that's going into the subscription service. But, what does that say about like it's not like it's an awful idea. I mean, a lot of MMOs do the same thing. The Star Wars MMO is the same way. It's
yeah,
free with it. So that's why I'm not too against it. I can see why people are upset. It's an established franchise that's been, sold traditionally, and now they're going to this service. But I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. If
yeah,
Ubisoft actually uses it to expand the content, instead of having to release Trackmania sequels, they're just
yeah.
releasing updates for this. I can see
And
where
that
it's
was
an
their
advantage.
problem. That was their problem, is that they kept releasing like, oh, here's Trackmania Nations, here's Trackmania Stadium, here's Trackmania Canyon, here's Trackmania Lagoon, and they were all fucking different games, and the audience didn't like, they were the audience, they were not connected, so the audience
Yeah,
was split in between all these different games. So everyone just decided to use, okay, we're just using Trackmania Stadium. Uh, like everyone just decided to use one game. So
yeah.
with this, if they just keep this going, use the subscriptions to make consistent updates to this one game, I don't see the problem.
I don't see the problem either. We'll see what happens, though. I mean, Ubisoft can be scummy, and as long as they don't use it to be scummy, this
Yeah.
could be a good service. But we'll see what. I mean, like, let me give you an example. Little Big Planet. Let's say it had a similar concept. Would people be as upset if Little Big Planet did the
It
same thing?
depends how good the tools are.
Instead of having to buy like DLC to get all these expansions, to get all this extra content, these extra build abilities, you just pay a subscription, you get all of it. It doesn't sound. How is that different from like a season pass? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think the other thing is the game is free, and they go like, well, if you want all this other stuff, here you go.
Yeah, I can see it, and I can see like the tier system isn't too detailed, so that's why a lot of people could be upset about it. But I think it could be a good idea if implemented correctly. It's just waiting to see if it's implemented correctly.
Yeah. It's not clear on what you're getting from these tiers. Like the standard edition is $10 a year, and you get uh track of the day selection, full access to replay track editors and map review servers,
$10.
and daily competitions. Like to me,
That's
the standard access is like not like you can play this game and not engage with the track editor at all. Like there's people out there who just make tracks and that's all they do. But you can just play. You can just play other people's tracks. So if you didn't want to make anything at all,
I
you
just
could get
I
by with the free service.
I just want my European trance and my share playing all the time. What tier is
Yeah,
that?
that's the free tier, man. That's the you know you just get in there, get your Euro beat,
Yeah,
your
that's all I
share,
want. My share and my Eurobeat. Like that is that game.
your
Like
dubstep remixes.
Share should come out and go, I love Trackmania. Do you believe in love after love?
Dude, if they that would be the best marketing campaign ever. If they got Cher to come out and be like, yeah,
Oh, dude, I'd be all
but
over that.
Share comes out, shows Trackmania in the background, starts singing Do You Believe in Love After Love? You're like, Share gets it! Share gets it!
yeah, that's Trackmania. I think that comes out July 1st. Yeah. So on Epic Game Store and Uplay for free. So
Right on.
you want to talk about this Game Gear Micro, Raven? Because I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this either.
Raven, Raven, Raven,
Yeah.
Raven, Raven. Um,
All
well,
right.
here
Let's listen.
I was just, I'll just read what Ars Technica posted. Sega's making a Game Gear Micro. It's
Sure is.
92% smaller than. Where were you? Talk about this.
I'm right here. I had to flog something. Dog got out.
Oh shit.
No. I got him, and he went to where we need to go. Uh, Sega said they had earth-shattering announcement that would shake up the gaming industry.
They did not say that.
They
This
did.
is
They
it.
actually,
This is
yeah,
that.
This is. Are you
this
kidding
is
me?
it.
No, you're
No,
lying. They did
no,
not
no,
keep it up with that.
no. They did.
Are you serious?
They said we have earth-shaking industry news for you, and and the rumor mill went like, oh, Sega's teaming up with Xbox in Japan. They're gonna call it the Sega Series X, and then they went like, it's a tiny Game Gear for Sega's 60th anniversary, and we went, what? It's 92% smaller than the original. I'm like, oh my god, how fucked up are you?
I like
Not
this.
be-
Didn't Nintendo do the same thing with the Game Boy Micro?
yeah, but that one you could see. This one, the problem I have with it, I don't know how real small it is. They said 92% of the original Game Gear. Like, how small is this thing? And they're
Oh my god! It
selling.
comes with the. It comes with an attachment that
Yeah, he saw the attachment. I was about to bring up the attachment. The
Wait,
micro.
it doesn't come with this.
No, you have to buy that separately for 20.
That's pretty funny.
Now keep in mind too, it's not like a working Game Gear. It's an emulator machine,
It's
so the
an
games are
emulator Game Gear, but it's just.
and it only holds 4 games.
It's one of yes, it only well the colors hold 4 games. You can buy other ones that have different games on it.
Wait, it says it's. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, so each color has a different 4 games on it.
Yes.
Which, like, good luck explaining that to someone.
So if you want to complete the collection, fuck off.
Yeah, because each one's like $50. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 colors here. $200 to get 4, 8, 16 games.
16 Game Gear games you can get on 3DS.
Yes. So I can see the novelty, having this little micro machine to play those games on. That's pretty cool little novelty there. But at the same time, why are you going to charge so why split it up like that? First off, why put it in different colors?
I,
Why
I
split it up like that?
I think the mini craze of mini console stuff, you took this the wrong way.
I
Yeah.
agree completely. It's whole thing's like fucking ridiculous.
I mean, people like the Switch. People don't go, man, I wish I had a Switch that was the size of I can't play it, you know?
um,
It's
I
just
mean,
it wait,
you could play it, but
one?
like you wouldn't want to.
Is there a see-through one or am I crazy?
What?
Is there a see-through one? Is that
They
one
said
blinking?
it's a see-through one. It's non-functional.
Oh
It's
god.
only available in a Sega Store bundle.
Oh god.
So
How big is the screen? They never said how big the screen is.
the screen looks like shit.
I it doesn't matter how
It's
sharp the screen is, it just looks bad.
it's a 2-inch screen.
Oh fuck me.
Oh no, wait. That was a Game Boy Micro. This is
Game Boy
a
Micro.
one. This is even smaller than that. This is a
Oh
1.15 inch.
fucking fuck. Oh, we can't go back to that.
And this will run. It'll run on two AAA not even a rechargeable like battery in there. Like they really just went out to just make the thing, but it's emulated, so it's not actually the thing.
It's not the thing, but it just man, it's I look at this thing and I go, "I- you
Weird.
guys
So
did this
okay,
wrong."
the black model has Outrun, Puyo Puyo 2, Royal Stone, Sonic the Hedgehog. The blue one has Baku Baku Animal, Gunstar Heroes. That's the one I'm getting. Sonic and Tails and Sylvan Tail. The yellow model has Shining Force, Shining Force, Shining Force,
Yeah,
and
that one's just bodied.
Nazo Puyo Aruru Noru. Yeah,
That
don't get
one's
the
just
yellow one.
bodied.
You just don't get that one. Red one is Columns, Shinobi, Megami
You know what?
Tensei Gaiden.
You know what? This thing would have been cool if they just released the Game Gear, maybe a little bit more sleeker, maybe a little bit better battery life, and with a better
Yeah,
screen. That's actually the same size of it,
maybe not the same size, but
a little bit smaller.
yeah.
Like this just seems like what are you doing?
I would not get this, especially when you can just get like
It
you can get a cheap Chinese handheld and play whatever you want on it.
Yeah, you can play Game Gear games. Not on this thing.
So does it say when these are coming out?
Yeah, they're saying October. This just doesn't look fun.
October, $50 each. So
This does not look fun.
yeah, so if that's something you want, then there you go. But not that's not for me.
Earth shattering news from Sega.
Yeah, it's Shattered Earth, all right.
Yeah, the Sega big window, they're calling it.
Um, was that all the news? You didn't have anything else?
Not really. It's just that was the one that snuck under the radar, and I'm like, I just don't like this thing. Like, it makes me wonder. Okay, here, can we talk about the how Nintendo should make a mini Game Boy or
No,
Game Boy, not a Game Boy Mini, but a Game Boy Classic.
they shouldn't do that.
Not after Sega shit the bed. No.
I just say I fucking hate these like mini classic fucking consoles. Like I would rather you put them out digitally on on the platforms that already exist, like Switch or PC, and just put them out digitally, and then let me buy them. Let me buy them legally. Like release your ROMs and let me buy them from you on your platforms that already exist. So like Nintendo, instead of like putting out like a SNES Classic, just put them out on the Switch, and then just let me buy those games, right? Or am I like in the fucking minority here? It was just I want like a fucking actual physical miniature SNES in my closet that I'm never gonna touch. I don't know.
Wait, it does look like it comes with a DV port. I guess you could hook it up to a TV.
You wouldn't want to
Maybe,
though.
maybe. I'm just saying it does look like it does have a. Maybe it's a. It maybe it's. It don't look micro. I just don't. This okay. So it's coming out October 6th, the 30th anniversary Memorial Day. What is that? Something Japan has Memorial Day on October 6th. Okay, for Sega's 60th anniversary. I,
Okay.
I it's too small.
Yeah, it's way too fucking small to be like functional.
Yeah, I feel like you missed the point of the whole Game Gear. I felt like the whole miniature wise thing is over, and also I think people got used to carrying around a fucking book bag.
I like keeping shit in my. I like when shit fits in my pocket.
Yeah, this will fit in your pocket and you'll forget it.
The Switch doesn't do that.
Also, 4 games. These games are not worth that the asking price of 50. And
Gunstar Heroes is.
also playing a also Shining Force on a 1.5-inch screen sounds awful.
Okay, we're done with the mini now.
All right, that's basically it. I just want to body the mini. No, that's basically it. Everything's been canceled again. Games are coming out.
Games are coming out. Like Valorant came out yesterday on PC.
Did anyone? I heard that game's really good, but if you don't care for its it has this driver in it that stores the anti-cheat driver. So I mean, it's free, for you rioters out there. Not those rioters, the other type of rioters that sit at home and play
We
Valorant games.
we rioting? We about to riot?
Oh yeah, on Riot Games for Valorant. I'm glad this game came out. I felt like this game was going to be in beta forever. It's nice to actually have a game that actually has a beta and it's out.
Not like Fortnite though. Yeah.
Yes, like Fortnite, which is going to be in beta forever.
I don't. I might try out Valorant. I'm just not really into
I mean,
Counter Strike shooters. I'm
someone needs
bad
to
at
check
these
out
shooters
Valorant.
now. I'm just bad at these games now. Like I've been out of the FPS league for a while now, especially on PC. Like, just nah, I just don't. I've lost all my skill.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have another one of these out there. But also
Um,
it's Riot, so they get a massive pass for, having League of Legends. I heard it's really good. I have to play it. So
tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday, June 5th, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics comes out
and
on the Switch.
and if you're playing Reversey or whatever, or Chinese chessers, you can tilt the screen and the whole board goes away.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it was a trailer back in the Wii U where if you got mad, you can tilt the thing over and the pieces go everywhere.
Oh, this is an update to the
Yes,
DS game.
yes, that DS game that yeah, that had President and other games. So it's
I
now on
remember
the it's now on the Switch.
they showed this on that Nintendo Direct. This looks fun. There's a lot of games in here that like I don't know what the fuck. Like I'm not familiar with a lot of card games. So when you show me I Doubt It and President, I'm like I don't know what the fuck that is. You show me Nap, I'm like I don't know what the fuck. The fuck is a Nap? Shogi, Turncoat, Connect 5. Now I'm familiar with Connect 4. They
Yeah,
got
Connect
Connect
5.
5 here.
Maybe they couldn't get it from Hasbro.
It's called Gomoku. Um,
Gomoku.
yeah, this looks fun, especially like on the Switch. You can play online with people. Um, how much is this game? Is it gonna be like?
Yeah, how much is it?
I don't think I'm not seeing any prices here.
Clubhouse games. But definitely that's definitely okay. Worldwide classics. And this is not coming out on disc. It is 2 gig. Doesn't have a price on their site.
Maybe it's just free.
No, it's not free. It's definitely cost something. It's definitely a price to this. They gave this oh, it's 40.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. That is way more than I want to spend.
excellent. It's
Yeah.
excellent, but it's 40.
I mean, it's a cool collection, 51
Oh,
like board games, but
oh, it is coming
$40?
out on it is coming out on disc
You mean card?
or card.
Physical.
Cart.
I I didn't think this game was gonna come out on card.
Um, there's a lot of games on it, but there's a lot of games where I don't know what the fuck. Like, you know,
Like Mancola, Dots and Boxes, Yacht Dice, 4 in a row, Hit and
yeah,
Blow, Hit and
hit and
Blow.
blow.
I
Now,
I made
if it teaches you, that'd be cool. Cause like,
Hit and Blow. I
back in
made
like my elementary school had like my elementary school had a Chinese checkers board, and no one knew how to fucking play it. But
Yeah, mine was the same way. We just kind of made up rules as we went along.
yeah. So if it has like little things that teaches you how to play some of these games, like mahjong, like it has mahjong. If it teaches you how to play mahjong and shit, that'd be
Mhm.
cool.
Hex, Checkers, Hare and Hound, Gamoku, Dominoes, Chinese Checkers, Ludo, Backgammon, Renegade, Chess. Yeah, let's see how good it is at chess.
It has some pretty impressive games too, like
So
billiards is on here. There's
yeah,
one called Battle Tanks. Which one's Battle Tanks?
that's a game they made up.
Watch it be like
Richie
Battle.
Richie Majon, Last Card, Blackjack, Texas Hold'em, President. That was on the original as well. Seven Speed, Matching War, Takoyaki, Pig's Tail. Well, that's DSP's game. Golf, billiards, bowling, darts, carom, toy tennis, toy soccer, toy curling, toy boxing, toy baseball, air hockey, and you can play with 2 fingers with air hockey with the switch thing. So that's cool. Slot cars, fishing, battle tank, team tank, shooting gallery.
Okay. You don't need to list
Oh,
them all.
no,
Yeah.
I'm almost done. Sliding puzzle, mahjong, Klondike solitaire, solitaire, spider solitaire, and piano. Piano.
That's a lot of games.
Piano.
I mean, it could be cool, man. Like I said, if it teaches you how to play them, that'd be cool. And the fact you can play with multiple people, that's pretty
It
neat.
does. They show you, they light up the pieces that tell you in dominoes and other things. They tell you how to play president. Like
And
they
some of
light
them
up
get
things.
pretty intricate too. Like there's this one that's like there's like toy sports games, like a boxing game that looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You can play on it, but they all keep with this board game aesthetic. It's pretty cool. Like I think $40 is a little too much to ask for it, but now that I look at how big some of these games are, and it's got bowling too, like it might be pretty cool. We'll have to wait and see
Yeah.
though.
Definitely a
Um.
game you should definitely check out if it's cheaper.
Hey, be good.
I forgot to mention this last week, but you'll go.
Um. Yeah. So that comes out on Friday. What else? The Outer Worlds also
Yes,
on Switch.
the Otter Sadness is coming to the Switch with its 30 frames per second and its 720 goodness.
Perfect.
If you want to play that game on the go, there it is now.
And Command and Conquer Remastered Collection on
We didn't talk
PC Friday.
about this, but they released the source code for that, the
Yeah.
actual for it.
Yeah.
So if people are smart enough and want to make their own Command and Conquer in that engine, they can. It's just out there.
Or like port it to Switch or something like that. They can just do it.
Yeah, if some rogue company wants to make a Command and Conquer game that's not Command and Conquer, it's just out there, you can port it to Switch. Don't have to be Command and Conquer, it could be whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Good guy EA right there.
For once, normally they're bad guy EA. And everyone hates them. So yeah,
Uh,
Command and Conquer Remastered.
yeah, that's it. That's your game releases. Not a huge week
Well, for games.
for games.
I mean, we have another week coming up, but it's a lot more quieter. That Sony thing would have been cool, but whatever.
Oh, okay. There were some additions to this on Xbox One. We were here together, sitting Xbox One on Friday as well. That's a game that's been on Steam for a while. It's like a co-op first-person puzzle game where is each player is doing separate things and they have to do a certain thing on their side so the other player can do something on their side, and it's kind of like back and forth like that. Like you get a walkie-talkie to communicate with each other, and you have to
Oh, I
say,
see.
but like you'll have puzzles that you can't see that the other player has to tell you, like, okay, I see green, red, a 3, and a fish, and then the other player has to like do something on their side that corresponds with that. It's really cool.
I need to check that out. Is that on Game Pass, or you just have to buy it?
I'm not sure. I know it's on Steam already.
If it's on
Yeah,
Xbox only, it has. I'm not saying it has to be on Game Pass. I was just wondering.
yeah.
Normally, if it's on the Xbox, it comes to Game Pass only, not all the time.
But
All
yeah,
right.
so that game's pretty cool. But yeah.
I mean, nothing on thought topics. They're just nothing. They're just kind of letting things mellow out,
That's good.
or nothing that hair alarming. It's just like, whatever, nothing there. All right, that is our show, everyone.
Right on.
Behave, everyone, or not. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're gonna do you're gonna do something. I get it, but we're here for you if you need us. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Wasabi will talk to you. Maybe.
Yeah, if you hit up
Maybe.
the Verizon store, don't get the phone, don't get the display phones. Get the ones that they have under the counter.
Yeah.
And if you're
Don't
gonna
just
hit up a GameStop, for fuck's sake, don't take the cases off the display. They're behind the counter.
also
Yeah.
yeah, also I think they hit up our GameStop here. It was in a bad neighborhood, so they're probably gonna move. I mean, we had a Little Caesars and now it's gone.
They took the Caesars.
Yeah, they took the Little Caesars and planted a flag. But there's just so much stories out there, you don't know what to believe. You believe everything. It's just saying like there's so many stories of like, oh, this place and that place. But it is what it is. Uh
Yeah.
maybe maybe Persona, maybe some Xenoblade later to bore you.
PSO2.
Yeah, PSO2. I mean, that's what I'm gonna be playing.
Did
After I
you
play
put the that web page in the group chat so I can download it?
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'll throw it in there.
yeah, probably you have to tend to your Hokey, your dog,
Mm-hmm. Coco.
Coco, and yeah.
All right.
All right, everyone.
Good night,
Uh,
everyone.
absolutely good
Twitch.tv.
night.
Twitch.tv/Gameoverse.
Indeed,
YouTube.com/official Gameoverse. I think that's what it is. YouTube.
it is.
Check
Check out
out
that quick
the
look.
check out the quick look for Turbo Mini. It's like an hour and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
Very quick.
Yeah.
And last little piece of advice: people who live in glass houses should get dressed with the lights out. Good night, everyone.